We are all different in the extent to which we crave certainty and need closure. Much of this book is about those differences, their causes, and their consequences on our reactions to people and situations, and you may wonder where you fall on this psychological continuum. Do you find uncertainty unpleasant or appealing? Do you try to be rid of it as quickly as possible, or do you enjoy it and relish the possibilities it might offer? In the chapters that follow, you will find out why you might crave or avoid closure the way you do, and how this might impact your life, personal relations, and political preferences. However, first, let's find out a little more about the self-assessment exercise that will enable you to find out how you typically react to uncertainty and to determine the specific sources of your overall attitude towards closure. In 1990, I defined the need for closure as the desire for a definite answer on a given topic, any answer, compared to confusion and ambiguity. And in 1994, my doctoral student and now psychology professor Donna Webster and I developed a questionnaire designed to measure this. The questionnaire consists of 41 statements, and the respondent is asked to agree or disagree with them, and to what extent, from 1, strongly agree, to 6, strongly disagree. For example, one of the statements is, I think that having clear rules and order at work is essential for success. And someone who strongly agrees with this statement, 1, obviously likes and desires certainty. In contrast, someone who strongly disagrees with the statement, 6, prefers to avoid closure and keep their options open. Some of the statements are reversed, marked on the questionnaire with R. For example, I think it's fun to change my plans at the last moment. Strong agreement with this statement, 6, indicates a need to avoid closure rather than a need for closure. These statements are assessed through reverse scoring. So a 1 would be scored as a 6, a 2 as a 5, and so on. This means that the higher the total, the higher the need for closure. Dimensions of needing closure. If you have a high need for closure, you probably like order and predictability in your life. You are probably decisive and communicate your ideas clearly, without too many hedges and qualifications. Also, once you make up your mind, you are unlikely to be dissuaded by contrary arguments, information, and points of view. In fact, you are likely to be irritated by disagreements with your opinions and be somewhat impatient with people who see things differently. It is possible to determine whether someone is generally high, low, or intermediate in their need for closure by calculating their score on the Need for Closure questionnaire. But it is also interesting and informative to find out in what specific ways this need for cognitive closure manifests itself. In the original scale, Donna Webster and I suggested that the need for closure can manifest itself in various attitudes and preferences. A preference for order and for predictability, decisiveness, discomfort with ambiguity and closed-mindedness. These all represent ways in which an overall desire for certainty affects what we like and how we think and behave. For instance, order, which is a state in which everything around the house or in the office has a place and is in its place, avoids the uncertainty of where things are that chaos and disorder create. The statement, I believe that orderliness and organization are among the most important characteristics of a good student, is one of several that measure the need for order. There are 10 such statements in the scale. They are indicated by the letter A. Adding an individual's responses to these items yields an overall score on the need for order element of the total need for closure, with 10 being the highest.